Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 for Week 3. My guest at this time is Xeppaa of Cloud9 coming off of their match against MIBR where they came out on the losing end. That's continuing their run in said regular season. And so, Xeppaa, I can only imagine how tough it is and how bad it must feel for you and the rest of the C9 guys to finish a match like this. Nevertheless, I gotta give you the obvious opener. What's going through your mind? How are you feeling?
Um, Feeling could be better. I think today, I think both sides of the team played really great. Obviously, more clutches and things like that win their favor. But I mean, I'm proud of the team and the way we handled the pressure and like being able to come back, even though we're like coming short in the other end. But other than that, I think this is a thing or a match that we needed to get through and like win or lose. I guess losing is a bit better because we want all the pressure, you know. We want to know how it feels, and it's a good learning experience for the team, and hopefully it carries through playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I gotta ask you about the two instances in which you guys were put onto an early hole in both maps in Lotus and Haven, but subsequently you guys were able to come back on both times. In the first occasion, it went all the way into overtime, and then in the next in the Haven instance, it kind of finished in the final round of regulation. I mean, it must be very frustrating while also understanding, that this is a good showing for you guys, but it's also frustrating to know that, had certain things kind of went your way, this match could have been finished 2-0 for you guys, right?
Yeah, I definitely would blame the loss on myself for sure. I had a stinker in the second map. But yeah, I think the early holes. I think our attack side. I think it was first half or the first half of the game. I think we had a good game plan. I think we just weren't executing on like the pose plans and winning the key rounds. They're definitely winning a lot of the rounds there, their defense side. But I think on Haven, I think their game plan on their attack side, Haven, was pretty good. And I think at the end of the day, we should have closed out 2-0 by great job on their side and pulling through the tough rounds and winning it. But like I said, I think I wouldn't say we beat ourselves. I'll give credit to them. But I think on this day, like we definitely could have won the game if things had gone our way too.
I mean, you mentioned about the game plan that MIBR showed on Haven. Exactly what it is that they showed that that kind of ultimately became an obstacle for you guys in that map.
It's hard to say, especially now. Like I'd probably have to rewatch it, but I just know that part of it was us not being able to play the way we wanted to play. Whether that's due to from us and like maybe the pressure, who knows, or like their game plan and how things went. I definitely think our side we definitely could have played a lot better. But they were able to capitalize on the things we were doing.
I had a chance to talk to your teammate slash IGL Mitch, and he kind of cited like one of the main factors behind the team not being able to close out like Lotus and Haven was like inexperience, and how some of you guys or maybe all of you guys haven't been able to be put in these kinds of situations and haven't been able to like perform to meet the standard that such high stakes demands. And so, like, did you kind of feel like it was kind of like that as well? Like the mentality and also like being put into a pressure situation that kind of led to you guys not being able to be clutch.
Um, Hard to say. I mean, I could definitely say it's part of it. I wouldn't say it's the main reason. Obviously, like um going through this match and how everything went through, and I'm sure as a team we're watching back together, like these things that like the crucial rounds we did lose in OT or like leading up to OT on Lotus. There's the things that we can definitely look back and like remember and like what we should have done and things like that. I think to a certain extent, I would say like the pressure was probably there, the nerves were probably there, but I think in those moments we were still like confident in like what we wanted to do. You know, I don't think anybody in that moment in these moments were like um think about nerves or like letting the pressure get to them. You know, things like that. I think the biggest thing is like you said, Mitch said, is like having the experience and going through that as a team is definitely a big learning moment for us.
Yeah, and also looking at it over into the other side of the coin, like it goes to show that this team is capable of overcoming this type of adversity, and like you can kind of use this as a base for like future instances in which you guys are in this kind of situation later on down the year, right?
Oh, 100%. Every loss, every win, every match we play is, hopefully we get better. And I'm sure today after today's match that I know we'll be better for the next time. And it's better to lose early now and win later.
Oh, for sure. And uh, still sticking on to the series as well. We saw you return over to the Yoru on Pearl, which obviously led to pretty good results, I would say, winning 13-9, and just kind of continuation of your pretty good form on that agent specifically. Kind of a two-parter in this one. How have you viewed just sort of your integration of the Yoru agent amidst this current meta, and also like um, how how effective does it also bring to just the 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 game plan that Cloud9 has? Just more so like having a lot more options available to throw at opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that my team and my coaches trust me and they trust everybody on the team. Obviously, that especially me, like I can probably play any agent to the most like any agent that I can flex like at a good level, and obviously having people and me like being able to do that for the team, it's there's no limit, like you said, it'll one day we can play double duels on a map, and another one we can play no duels. Who knows? And I think the team and the structure and the way we are, like we're able to use anything, any agent, and being able like to compete. But using playing Yoru, hey, my team, my GL, my coach, they trust me to play the second duelist, and especially like I'm always confident in anything I play. And if the game plan's there, the ideas is there, like you just tell me what I gotta do and I'll do it.
Mm. No, for sure. And like, I mean, despite this loss to MIBR today, it still doesn't take away the fact that Cloud9 is a pretty good team, and it's been an occasion that like just without it's been an occasion that just we keep seeing over and over out of this team for many years now at this point in this current era of the VCT Americas. Like, what makes it possible for you guys to just kind of like keep performing well, especially at this point of the year, despite all of the noise that just is thrown upon you?
I could say that's like part of it, having the people who like, don't believe and like having bad things said about us, like to a certain extent, we some of us use it as motivation, some of us don't even care, At the end of the day, we're a team, and bright side is we get paid to play, and there's no like you can't there's nothing to say about that, Our job is to compete, and we want to compete. We obviously don't want to play this game for fun and just lose every game. So to say like my these everybody that Cloud9 brings, and I obviously like I'm thankful for me still being here, that they have trust in us, the management, things like that, and at the end of the day, we all play to win, and hopefully we get better from here.
You know, with this match finished up and it showing a different side of Cloud9 in the sense that like you guys can be clutch, but only missing that final like inch of making it happen. Where does this put your team in relation to the other top teams in this league? In your opinion?
Um, I mean, I definitely think we're definitely a top team, and I think we can compete against anybody on any given day. Obviously, it's us going through as a young team and like as a compared to like G2, I guess even like Sen, that are we're so like an early team. Like we got together this year, and coming into the season with like to kick off like 2.5 weeks, even though it was a new meta, we had a new system with Mitch coming in and as a new IGL, like learning everything all over again. But I'm definitely confident in the team. We can compete against anybody, and at the end of the day, these matches and like hopefully make it to playoffs, like all the experience, win or loss, like it makes us a better team, and we'll definitely grow from this.
As you kind of put it right then and there, which kind of is a good segue into my next set of questions, my final questions for this interview. The road ahead features Furia and G2 Furia, a team that has been shown a little bit of a flash of their potential in G2. Of course, already know G2. How do you kind of look at those two opponents next up with you guys still not being officially into the playoffs?
I mean, like you said, Furia is definitely a team that shows potential. Maybe they're not consistent, but I think everybody in this league can definitely win a game at any given day. All it takes is one or two people going crazy, and you'll win a game. But I mean, I'm excited to play those two teams. Obviously, like you said, we haven't made playoffs yet, so there's something to play for. Um, and I'm sure, like with Furia and G2 being our maybe our last map, our last game, that we'll learn a lot. And hopefully, like we make playoffs and we grow. And we took everything we did through the season and we bring it into playoffs and hopefully qualify for an international.
I mean, you kind of said it right then and there, which I want to ask you now. More so, like we've seen this team, as I said, get into these kinds of positions where they have a strong start, but unfortunately, they weren't able to end in success in the form of qualifying for internationals and the like, uh, various times at this point. What makes you confident that like this year will be different at the very least?
Hard to say because I'm always confident, even though we were shortcomings in the other years. But the biggest thing is I think we do have the talent like we do every year. I think our coaching staff, I think our managements and everything leading up to this year, I think we've put in a lot of work, and I think everybody's confident in the system and everything we're doing. Um, Previous years, there are things that obviously like teammates that don't like to do certain things or like um just the way we go about practice. Not to like put anybody like down from the last couple of years, but like you said, we've been so close, but yeah, so far. I've always been confident no matter what the team I've been in. But at the end of the day, with this team, I think everybody's very confident. Everybody has a good head. Everybody's like young, gathering the experience, and there's nothing more that these me and the team, the kids want than is to qualify for international.
Course, and hopefully you guys can continue this momentum despite this loss well into the future, specifically in the rest of stage one. Xeppaa, thank you so much for the interview,
Yeah,
answering all of my questions, providing me all of the good information about the team and all that. And thank you so much, and best of luck for the road ahead, man.
thank you, thank you. You too.